So good afternoon, dear colleagues. Very welcome to this for Space Bridge, celebrating 30 years of the Baltic University program. So my name is Madeleine Granvik, and I'm being the director since 4 years back. And for today, okay, it doesn't work as usual, this PowerPoint presentation, when I should switch, okay. But during this Space Bridge today, you will meet 3 Lithuanian BP universities that will tell about their experiences working in European University Alliances. So that's the program for today. And I would like to thank you, Kaunas University of Technology and the Center Director Visvaldas Varzinskas for hosting this event. And now I would like to leave over the moderatorship to Visvaldas.
I need to turn on my microphone then. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Space Bridge version 2. And I am happy to say hello from Lithuania. And I'm happy to congratulate you on behalf of Lithuanian National Center of BUP. At Lithuanian local BUP network, we have 3 universities, Kaunas University of Technology, which is since the very beginning of BUP from 1991, partner member, and also we have Vilnius University, and then Klaipėda University also joined us. We are celebrating 30 years anniversary. So we finished 30 pages of our history of BUP. What do we do when we are finishing 30 pages? We are opening next one, 31st. And this one is empty. And we have possibility to write the next page of our history, of our university, of our Baltic academical community. At this point, when we were thinking in Lithuania, what kind of topic could be presented during the Space Bridge, which is organized by Lithuanian BUP National Center, we thought that we can. There were space bridges about the past of BUP and so on, and we thought that maybe we should discuss and share our thoughts about the future of Baltic universities, about the future of European universities, because nowadays big things are happening in the Europe with all European university idea. And luckily, all 3 universities, all partners of Lithuanian BUP network and members of Baltic University program are actively participating in different European alliances and working in the creation on the next generation of European university. That's why we thought that it's a time to share the experience, findings, the latest news on how probably we are going to live in the future, in the 31st page of our history. So the topic is European Universities Initiative. The future of European universities starts today. I guess that some of you are familiar with European Universities Initiative, which is ongoing now in Europe. Maybe some of you didn't heard. So I'm going shortly to introduce the idea, what is happening now. And then later, 3 different alliances and members from 3 different alliances as examples will present shortly what these universities are doing now and what are the main, the first results and the first ideas about the future of European university. The idea of supranational university is old as European political project. A European university was first mooted in 1948 by German economist Alfred Müller-Ambrecht, who believed that European integration would require a community of the intelligence in order to be complete. On the 26th of September in 2017, President Macron delivered a speech at the Sorbonne University, Paris. The speech was entitled New Initiative for Europe. The address sets out Macron's vision for a fair, protective, and ambitious Europe, which stands in solidarity, united by the bonds that have always bound the European Union together, culture and knowledge. The president argued that fragmentation is only superficial and that diversity is in fact our greatest opportunity. Macron used the example of the many languages of Europe, which should be made an asset rather than being deplored, arguing that Europe should be a place where all students can speak at least European languages by 2024. Moreover, instead of lamenting the divisions between nations, exchanges between them should be increased. So by 2024, half of students should have spent at least 6 months in another European country by the time they are 25 years old, whether they are university students or learning a trade. To realize this vision, the President proposed the creation of new structures in the European higher education landscape. Macron's Sorbonne speech was an influential driver of change, shaping the character of European higher education policy making in the coming months. This vision was embraced by the European Commission, who produced the report Strengthening European Identity Through Education and Culture. And this report was presented to EU leaders on their meeting in Gothenburg on 17th of November in 2017. The report placed at the heart of this agenda a renewed emphasis of the creation of a European education area, which must be based on trust, mutual recognition, cooperation, and exchange of best practices, mobility, and growth, which should be in place by 2025 and would foster a sense of European identity and culture. Specifically, the report recommended creating world-class European universities that can work seamlessly together across borders. The next step involved refining and defining the new scheme, which required developing selection criteria following the procedures stipulated in the Erasmus Plus regulation for a pilot phase and setting objectives. The pilot round was intended to test different innovative and structural models while supporting the creation of alliances, ideally composed from 5 to 8 partners. And for these new university alliances, 2 main objectives were agreed. First one is promoting common European values and strengthening European identity by bringing together a new generation of Europeans who are able to cooperate and work within a different European and global cultures in different languages and across borders, sectors, and academic disciplines. And the second objective was to reach a substantial leap in equality, performance, attractiveness, and international competitiveness of European higher education institutions and contributing to the European knowledge economy, employment, culture, and welfare by making best use of innovative pedagogies and striving to make the knowledge triangle a reality. European universities and alliances will be the key drivers to boost the quality of higher education and where possible to strengthen its links to the research and innovation landscape in Europe and its outreach towards the society and economy. Later initiated pilot European university alliances include different types of higher education institutions, from universities of applied science, technical universities, and film and media, art schools, and comprehensive and research-intensive universities. They involve around 280 higher education institutions from all member states and beyond located not only in the capital cities, but also in more remote European regions. Each alliance is composed on average of 7 higher education institutions. While some alliances are comprehensive and cover all disciplines, other are, for example, focusing on separate topics like sustainable development, health and well-being, digitalization and artificial intelligence, art, engineering, or space. The launch of the European University Initiative marks a new chapter in the evolving position of higher education in the European political project. If we accept the argument that the idea of a supranational university can be realized without the creation of new physical campus, then we can now say that European university is much nearer a reality. The strong emphasis President Macron placed on European languages, identity, and solidarity when inaugurating the initiative, which has been carried through into its design, illustrates how the European University Initiative is primarily about European cultural integration. The French position on the European University has therefore aligned with the German position of 70 years earlier, where the European University Initiative is placed to realize the original goals of the supranational university, albeit in a different form. And it's quite clear that if we want to be competitive in the world higher education system, we don't have possibilities to compete inside the Europe. We need to compete with the universities from the United States or Asia. That's why the joint efforts to share our knowledge, experience, and best practices to break the borders and to search for new models for education is very much needed. And this is the main idea why number of different university alliances were created in the Europe, and they are trying to find out the new methods, new roles, new study programs, new elements, which could change the face of European education area. How they are dealing with this challenge, and we have possibility to hear today, and our seminar will be out of four parts. In the first three parts, we will have presentations from three different alliances, representatives from different alliances. If you will have any questions, please write down these questions in the chat of Zoom. And later, after the presentations, we will have a short questions and answers session, a short discussion with representatives from all alliances in order to get a feedback about the questions which are interesting for you.